Look at that sky, beautiful. Up driving in time for the sunrise. What a start to the weekend, fantastic. Oh, look at them there hills. Yes, it's now, what, must be about, it's a couple, 2.5 hours later. Just headed into Myrtleford. Bloody beautiful, what a day, just let the tyres down. Going over there, up that hill. Alright, so we're turning right into Blue Rag Range Track. And up we go. Anyway, Blue Rag Range Track, right? So we're cruising in. It's been, what do you reckon, 10 minutes? 5, 10 minutes? Right, you know, at the start, it's just a 4-drive track, medium rated, easy medium. Sometimes it can be wet, have some holes in it, some rough patches, this and that. It's got a fair bit of rock in it. Got a bit of a little mini campsite here. About 5 or 10 minutes in, there's a little campfire set up there, and it's all about the views. You're driving on the ridge. I mean, have a look at this, right? So it's low range second. You know, you might go back to first to control your speed a little bit as well. We're just going down a bit of a steeper section. Just up the top of the next hill, you can see a vehicle up there. See the car up there? It's where it joins onto the other track that comes up or down from down the south direction. So I reckon what happens a lot of the time is people see cars, because we've got 5 cars in our convoy, that's the usual sort of number. People see cars coming down here and they go, oh, we'll wait, because coming down that bit of the hill over there, it is a bit, this is probably, look down this hill and up that hill is probably the steepest bit until you get to that intersection of Basalt North Track, is the one that I was thinking of. But it's not steep, but you can see there's a few rough pitches here. You got to pick your line. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can knock things around and spin some wheels, but pick your line a bit. You can see the main area where everybody's kind of been, you know, travelling. But we'll show you some views as we get a bit further up the track. There they are, coming down the hill. That's the one we came down. I mean, there's a bit beyond there as well, but yeah, coming down that hill nice and slow. And then it comes onto this flat section down here. It's not that steep or anything, but you know, thought opportunity to get out and show you what it looks like for the people that haven't been on Blue Rag Range Track. And then we're just at the bottom of this last little bit of hill that goes up and joins onto Basalt North. Let's see what this is like. So there's a few holes in the track. I just picked the left side to avoid, you know, those wheel spin holes that people put up. Well, look, I don't know what vehicles they are and how incapable they must be to be spinning a wheel on a track like this. I mean, even in the wet, you just drive straight up this. So must be, I don't know, what are they? Maybe they're pulling camper trailers or something like that, because they've seen that crap on TV, you know, dragging caravans and campers on tracks. You don't do that, okay? I don't care how tough they reckon it is. You might as well buy yourself an on-road caravan, unless you're going on outback tracks. That's what tough needs to be, and it'll still fall to pieces and it'll still fill up with dust, right? But at least you might make it. You might not too, but at least you might make it. But caravans and camper trailers and stuff, they're not for tracks. They're not for full drive tracks. They go in on dirt roads or an easy track of some sort to set up your camp and go and do your tracks without the trailer. Okay, don't bother dragging trailers and, you know, oh, you want to go somewhere, oh, but it's, you know, across the Simpson. You know what? Get yourself a tent. Get yourself a self-inflating mattress or a blow-up mattress. Get yourself a stretcher, whatever you want. But go camping instead of taking everything but the kitchen sink. Let us know in the comments whether you like that comment or not. Have a look at this rough patch. You probably can't even tell. Look at this massive hole in the middle here. It's like the size of 3 big Sherlock wheelbarrows right underneath us now. I mean, who's sitting there spinning their wheels? Of course, we straddled it. That means, you know, wheels either side, you know, 1, 2 wheels each side. But anyway, just crazy. I've got a couple of k's to go now. So you're driving along the ridgeline basically, and you can have a view both sides. There we go, we've got oncoming vehicle. Anyway, here we go. You know, you can see the track. It goes up over that little mountain in the front there, round to the right. That's what it's all about. But yeah, basically, we need to get out and get you some views. How about just up here, I'll get you some photos. If you don't see the photos in the video, You'll see them on our Facebook group, 4x4 Adventures. And this is the final, well, it's not the final, it's the second final little climb where it becomes narrow on the climb up to the trig, which is the highest point on the Blue Rag Range track, the trig point. Alright, so a bit of a track condition report if you're hanging around. So we'll have a video for today. Today's Saturday. It is, what month is it? It's March now, isn't it? Right? Is it March? Yeah, we're in March. Must be about the 4th, yeah, 4th of March, there you go. In case you wanted to know the date when this was happening. Recce Run 5, I think we worked out that it was the 5th and final Recce Run for the big trip, where you get to come away, hang out with some awesome people, have a nice camp, do some awesome tracks with some people that have got some experience on those, and maybe a bit of driver instruction and experience, because I've driven on these tracks that many times. I just want to come as a passenger in your car, so you can drive me, we can run through a few tips and tricks on driving, and if you want I can even drive your car and say, look, this is kind of the better way to do it, or you know, maybe you'll teach me something. But this will be the final climb going up the hill now, I believe, and that'll be that. Very narrow here, you make a wrong turn, you know, see you later off to the side. Look, I don't know why people make a big deal about it, but it's just a hill, you know. Just keep it pointing up, straight up the hill, and that's all you got to see. Here it's very narrow, right here. If you went left turn, right turn here, it's all over Red Rover. So this is probably the final climb. So it's a rough bit, but it's not like it's got no traction or anything like that. You can pick right side, left side, you can go right up the middle. I'm going to go left side, you know, just planning as if there was a vehicle coming the other way. You could go up the middle, it's got some more rocks in the middle, it's a bit rougher. That's probably why people have been hugging the left, just pushing a few rocks out of the way. It's not quite the final climb, but maybe I should say it's the final climb that's a bit steeper, because it gets a bit easier up here. So that's the kind of, if there was a technical bit, you know. This could be the final little pinch. You can probably just see the trig point. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. There it is, the beast itself. It's a puffed up packet of Doritos. Don't store your chippies too tight if you're going up high. Anyway, quite obviously we're headed, a bit of a yawn, headed back downhill, we went to the right, headed back, halfway back out Blue Ray where it splits off, Basalt north, we're headed down there. We have a snake on the track, and it looks like a black, yeah? Maybe we'll get out and have a little look at him, eh? It is a black one. He's not moving anywhere in a bit of a hurry, is he? Not really. Yeah, he's in no hurry to get out the way, just a small one. No hurry at all, taking his time. I don't think it is a black actually, I don't even know what. I'm not going in there to have a look either, but it was dark in colour. You know the ones that have got a little bit of yellowy sort of colour underneath almost? Anyway, let us know in the comments, because you probably know more than me about snakes. I don't really see them that close up top. I'm going to zoom him. It's not that, oh, you scared me for a minute there, coming up behind me while I'm, he's disappearing off into the grass there. So you could be just walking across that grass there in your boots, and there he is, yeah? That's just, you know, careful where you walk. And turning left onto the unsignposted South Basalt track. We're coming back down South Basalt, the bottom section that is really quite, it's really quite rough at the moment. It really is. You can see a lot. It's just powdery, so even where you've got dirt, it's just loose. It's just loose as it really is. Good to make sure your brakes work every now and then. So yeah, because this is one of those tracks where you want brakes. It really is quite loose. So I can't reiterate enough, if you're coming down here on South Basalt, you need to take it very slow, because look, the traction is there, it's dry, but like it's really powdery, right? So it's kind of like yeah, you are sliding on it a lot, you know? Doesn't look steep, but it is. Believe me. Look at those tyres, those skid marks on them, and you'll get the picture. Now let's continue down this hill. I'm not even putting my seatbelt on. It might hold me in position a bit more. Because it's that steep, parts of this. It's okay. I mean, experienced drivers or drivers under good instruction to take it very slow. I'll stop talking, you can just listen to the tyres and watch the driving. Take it round wide on this one, but not all of them. Hear all that skidding? Beautiful. So low range first. On that one, Steve, once you come down a bit more, work your way across to the right and take it around the outside's the best one for that one. Gotcha. This is where manuals are good. You know, I love a good old 6-speed manual Prado 120 now. You know what I mean? Pop it in first and you've got nothing to worry about, because literally the engine really does the job. But if you need a bit more compression, you can switch the engine off because it'll come to a stop. Now, I haven't done that with a 1KD, but that's what I used to do in my 1KZ. You know, old school diesel, 5-speed manual, stall starts, stall stops. Some people know what I'm talking about. But that's how we rolled, literally. I'm meant to be videoing, mate. That's rough as guts. We're sliding all over the joint. You know, we'll get some footage outside the car at some stage. Maybe we'll find a spot. We got past the worst of it. Probably find it's. I'm not saying it's beautiful. I mean, our rear suspension, we're on Steve. It's fully topped out. And you know, we could probably find a car park over here on the side somewhere and get some footage of these guys, but. Mate, that's slippery, isn't it, on this? It's just like...
going to be happening, people trying to get up here and holes all over the place.
That's it, and it's just Powder City now, isn't it, yeah?
Yeah.
I think we're his backup plan. If he starts skidding, we'll hold him back. Very steep, you can't tell though. Get some footage up here another day. Full action. Subscribe, turn the bell on, and you'll catch it later. And that's why I've got a cheap warning on the side, because you never know when you might need some shelter, or for cooking at the back of the vehicle as well. Just a heavy passing shower, hopefully.